When I first started UGC, I made $0 for my first 6 months because I listened to people on the internet who were lying their tails off. So you know that you can trust me. I have no beauty filter on. I got a pimple coming in right there. My baby hairs constantly look like they're trying to connect to the mothership. I'm missing 2 of my press-ons right now. You are not going to make a portfolio. This is such garbage. Why on earth would you make a portfolio in the beginning when you have no work to put into the portfolio? Instead, you are going to start researching. You're going to make an email address that is going to be specifically for business, so specifically for UGC. You don't have to spend money to buy this email address. Set up a business address like brittanyugc@gmail.com and then start researching. Next, you are going to watch creators that you can tell genuinely know their stuff. This is part of your researching. Do this for maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Don't do this for a ton of time because you want to get started, but watch creators that you can see that their videos are basically like an ad, but it doesn't make it feel like an ad. They know their stuff. They're not just posting about, oh, I made so much money. Creators who are posting, oh, I made so much money all the time are not the creators you usually want to follow. Keep that in mind. That you found some creators that you trust, I want you to study hooks, study calls to action, study the structure of their videos, because this is what UGC is. It's not unboxings, it's not aesthetic videos. It's going to be videos that take a viewer from a pain point to a solution and a storytelling arc. You want to understand that. Once you've researched for a little bit and you kind of understand what UGC is and what it isn't, you're going to want to start building out your profiles on a couple of low-level apps. And this is kind of what I call the testing phase, because this is going to help you understand if you even want to do UGC and if you like it, or if you've just heard a lot of hype about it and that's what interested you. These brands and these apps are going to be things like Join Brands, Billow. You know you can trust me when I'm using lipstick for blush. These are apps that basically have little applications for jobs that you can apply to. You don't need a portfolio. Some of these apps you'll need an introductory video. Perfectly normal. Join Brands is what I used when I first started. Billow was what I used when I first started. Hummingbirds, Vidovo, I got into Vidsy. These are going to be the apps where you can basically learn how to get products, how to film those products. Anyone who tells you go grab random stuff from around your house and film videos about it, that is absolutely a load of garbage. You need to actually start making videos for real brands and understand how that works and start getting paid. You want to get paid, right? So once you've done a couple of these jobs on these apps and platforms, you're going to kind of move up into the harder level platforms, which are going to be things like Coley or things like Backstage or Fiverr, places where you can make more money, but the stakes are a little bit higher. You're going to be signing contracts. You're going to be really getting into the serious creator mode. And this is where you want to stop after your testing phase to see, do you really like it? Did you hate it? Is it something you want to keep pursuing? Now, at this point, you can make a portfolio, but I don't want you to get hung up on it. And here's the kicker. Since you came off those low level platforms, you're moving kind of into the mid tier. Your portfolio is not going to be as full and as in depth as these big creators that you're seeing that have been doing it forever. They just need to have an introductory video talking about what you can do and showing your confidence on camera, maybe a couple of examples from some top projects that you finished that you thought were really good, your contact info. If you have big social media accounts, include those, because people who say that social media follower count does not matter for UGC are not taking the whole picture in mind. As you are building out your portfolio and working on these mid-level apps, you're going to be perfecting your pitch, you're going to be perfecting your strategy, your scripting, all of the things that go into making a really good video. You're also going to work on, if you can, building your social media platforms, because follower count does not matter. Social media accounts don't necessarily matter for UGC because you're not having to post it to your account, but brands do want to see that you can create great content and build a community. So if you have no social media, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot when it comes to UGC and getting brand deals faster. At this point, you probably will have made a couple $100s. You've not made big money. You've made a lot of experience and progress moving forward. You've probably gotten some free products, and getting free products in exchange for a video as a beginner is perfectly fine, perfectly normal. But as you move up into that mid-range tier, you really want to start doing videos for $200, $300, $400, $500 and start moving your way up to understand contracts, those bigger paying brand deals, and all of that good stuff that comes with it. Just to give you a timeline, moving up from the low-level apps to the mid-range apps should probably be 1 to 3 months. Faster, you can go slower, but 1 to 3 months I feel like is a good time period to get experience, understand the apps and platforms, make some money, figure out if this is for you, and then start moving on. You don't want this to take forever. Now this is where it's getting serious. After you've made some projects and you've completed some things for some brands on these mid-level apps and platforms, you're going to take your very best videos and now you're going to put together a strong portfolio, because your next step is pitching brands directly, getting off the apps and platforms, and starting to make some serious money. money. And that is where things get tricky, and that is where people get stuck. So this is what you're going to do. You are going to read all of your contracts. You make sure that you're not getting roped into something that you don't agree with. You're going to be professional. You're going to respond quickly. You're going to over deliver if you can. Of course, there's balance. You are going to be the best possible creator that you can be, because this at this point is going to be your business. Once you've gotten to pitching level where you're pitching brands directly, you are your own business, and you need to make sure you make yourself look good, because you're going to be working with agencies, you're going to be working with big brands, and these are opportunities for you to massively grow. And if you do them wrong, they are opportunities for you to basically kill your career before it even starts. And it's going to take work. Anyone who says that UGC is easy is completely lying. A lot of scripting, marketing, back-end stuff like emails and all that kind of thing that goes on, that is not the fun part of UGC. Once you have gotten to this point, it's basically rinse and repeat. You're going to start getting repeat clients. You're going to start working with agencies most likely. And when I say agencies, I mean UGC agencies, not creator agencies. That is where the big money comes in play. And if you're a UGC creator who's been doing this consistently, most likely your social media is going to grow. That's what mine has done. And you're going to see some big success and some big wins, but it is going to be kind of a tough uphill climb in the beginning. I know this video has been long, but I want your main takeaway from this to be that as you start UGC, it is all going to be about practice over perfection. You are going to have to practice this to get good at it. Just like I just did these wings, doing this since I was 14 years old. I practiced it over and over and over and over. It was bad at first, but then it got better. And then once it got better, I could tell other people how to do their wings. Until you are doing good quality content, you cannot put together a portfolio and reach out to brands and charge them $500 for a video. It's just not right. To make sure that your level of experience is up to par with what you are getting paid. And then and only then can you seriously call yourself a full-time UGC creator. It will be your job. You will get well paid. You will be well taken care of. You'll work with some amazing brands. If you skip to the end for the TLDR, as a beginner, do not make a portfolio. Set up a business email, start researching, watch people that you trust who are actually making videos and working with clients, make videos on low-level apps and platforms like Join Brands Below, some experience, figure out if this is what you want to do. If it's what you want to do, move to the mid-range apps and platforms. Then you're going to start making better quality videos. Then you're going to start putting together a portfolio with your best videos from those projects. Then you're going to move up into pitching brands directly, working with big brand deals, signing contracts, getting an agency, and all of that good stuff. Can do UGC in 2026. You just have to know the right people to follow. So I know that this has been long, but I seriously hope it helps you. If you watch this and if you ask me any questions that you have, I will help you, and you will be farther along than all of these other people who are hearing this garbage nonsense on social media and getting stuck. I wish you the very best of luck. I almost forgot to complete our look. Ta-da!